Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Featherhoof,
and I'm CarnagePanda,
and we're back. And we're back for week 8 of Anime Talk Spring 2019. Even if he doesn't know who he is, he has amnesia.
If you say so.
Hey, you're the one who said your name with like a question mark at the end.
No, there was either a period or no punctuation.
No, there was definitely a question mark at the end of that. CarnagePanda?
No. I reject everything that you're saying.
I reject your rejection and insert my reality, which is ironclad and foolproof.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, we're back to talk about some animes. Are you excited to talk about some animes?
No.
Good, because nothing really stood out this week. Like nothing that really like stood out like better than the rest. Everything was pretty okay for the most part. I think that's pretty much how
that's our glowing review of this week. It was okay.
Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, that's how I felt. I mean, do you have a dissenting opinion?
Yes, I have a dissenting opinion.
Please, the mic is right there.
You're wrong.
How so? That
was my dissenting opinion.
Okay, do you mind elaborating upon that opinion?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and forego the traditional ranking this week. We're just gonna go through alphabetically and just talk about each anime in turn. So, without further ado, let's jump right on in.
You know what? Your pronunciation is magnificent.
I know, isn't it?
Yes.
Ugh. Nailing it. Nailing it.
So today on Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, which means demon slaying sword.
Ooh.
Or something of the sort. So I don't know why they repeated the same thing pretty much twice.
Well, hold on. Let us see what our good friend Google Translate has to say. Let's see what our good friend.
Oh yes, let's get the machine translation.
Yes, let's see what is it. Kimetsu no Yaiba. It means Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Yeah, every time I use this translation thing, it's worthless. Yeah, nailed it.
It said, "Did you mean?" And it had some kanji down there, and apparently that kanji meant my wishfulness.
That's not kanji.
Whatever the fuck it is, I don't care.
Yeah. So anyway, my wishfulness is that I wish this episode was more than just okay.
Yeah, I really do too. Not to say that I didn't hate it. It was interesting. It was a lot of lore dump with some.
I didn't feel it was too much of an exposition dump.
The last 10 minutes were nothing but exposition dump.
It didn't feel that way though. It didn't feel that way to me. Like when somebody's just talking about some shit and they're like, "And you notice blah 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 and blah 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 blah."
But the last 10 minutes of it were nothing but them sitting in a room while one character explained lore.
I know, but I'm just trying to say, to me, it did not feel that way.
Like literally, it's like if I could, it's like there's this like the old nostalgia critic thing where he used to like make this little song called like, Exposition. Like, I just want to put that over top of the last 10 minutes of this episode.
Okay.
However, I did enjoy the characters they introduced. There was some comedy in there. It was some fun comedy. And the action that they did put in here was, like, pretty fucking gruesome.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no, I'm thinking of a different episode. Anyway.
Walk us through episode
8
of Demon Slayer.
Yeah, so in episode 8, Michael Jackson is still committing his crimes. Dude, he looks so much like Michael Jackson in Smooth Criminal. The appearance is uncanny. I'm surprised that we've just not heard like the clap and the whole beat drop and everything, and Michael Jackson howling.
And little girl going, Michael!
Yes. But yeah, Tanjiro is detaining this demon. Like
this newly born demon guy.
First off, he rushes right by Michael Jackson, so Michael Jackson had a perfect opportunity to put this kid out of his, misery or whatever.
But as he's
going, commission.
But as he's going by, he takes specific notice of his earrings. He's like,
yeah,
those earrings.
Like, fuck those earrings.
That will play into it later.
So anyway, Tanjiro tackles this dude.
I was confused. He like wraps, like he gets some kind of like cloth, and he like wraps it around his fist to create a fist-sized wrap of cloth, and like shoves it in its mouth.
Well, he didn't want to get mauled.
Dude, it's been proven that this guy has like superhuman strength. You just punch him in the teeth and knock all the teeth out. Fuck it.
Okay, but he wanted to save the guy, so...
Yeah, I know.
You know, producing a lot of dental work for him is not going to be the best thing. He's going to be like...
Granted.
Like, he's going to wake up from his demon possession or whatever. He's like, where's all my teeth?
No, because he's a demon. All wounds are healed. They have that super healing power.
They said wounds. Does this mean... So, does this actually mean that his teeth would grow back if they were all knocked out?
I would say yes. Dude, this is Demon Slayer, where they invent what powers they have by the episode.
This is an interesting question, and I hope it gets resolved. This is the most important question in all of Demon Slayer. If a demon gets their teeth knocked out, do they grow back? I want to know. I want to know. But anyway, he's struggling with this guy to keep him, restrained because only Tanjiro has the muscles to do this.
I love when the police come. The
police show up and they're like, "Stop resisting." He's like, "No, only I can do this."
And I love the police are like, "If you don't stop resisting, we're going up." And he's like, whips out a billy club. He's about to start beating on Tanjiro.
Yeah, he's about to beat him. And then we get two new characters.
Yes.
Who are in the opening. Well, at least one of them is.
No, they both are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Boar Kid is still not...
No Boar Kid.
Yeah, I want to talk about Boar Kid for a little bit.
He's not here yet, so we can't.
I'm just going to assume, at this point, he's not even going to show up this season.
I'm going to assume the same.
It's going to be like the magical girl Spec Ops Blaska.
Blaska?
Yeah, Blaska. That show let us down so much.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, blah. Oh, I get it. Okay.
Blah.
Okay, I get it now. All right. Continue.
I don't understand how that went just right over.
It's the shiny bald head. I used to have hair that would catch things. That would catch those jokes. But now without hair, it just sort of it slips like right past.
Okay. Well. Anyway. This woman. And this not little boy, he's kind of grown? Maybe teenage.
I have a hard time discerning age with some of these characters in the show.
Well, this woman decides that she's gonna, mutilate herself. Mutilate herself. Yeah, and she's dripping blood all over the place.
Which causes the scent of sweet flowers to come out in the form of a visual thing that Tanjiro is able to see.
Yeah, so she catches the police in her genjutsu, and they get away.
Huzzah!
Yeah, and then the most important scene in the episode happens.
I would say it's the most important scene because it made me laugh.
Tanjiro eats more noodles.
Well, first, he apologizes to a very irate udon noodle seller.
Yeah, this guy's angry.
How dare you order my noodles and then not eat them? Oh!
You have committed the gravest sin.
He's like, so you will eat my noodles? He's like, yes, I will eat your noodles. I promise you. You promise to eat my noodles? I will totally eat your noodles. And then he tries to bully Nezuko. And he's like, you will take off that stupid bamboo thing in your mouth and you will eat my noodles. And Tanjiro's like, I will eat 2 noodles. And he's like, you will eat 2 noodles? I will eat 2 noodles.
I kind of feel with him because I'm still hungry.
I am too. Actually, after watching those noodles, those look delicious.
Yeah, so after we're done recording this, I'm going to get something to eat.
Okay, good idea. Good idea.
Probably not noodles, though.
Oh, well, why not?
Everything's closed right now.
Lies!
Anyway, yeah, he gets the noodles, and then he eats the noodles. Most important scene.
Yes. Yes. Very important scene.
Then what happens next?
The dude from earlier...
Yes.
Says, hey, that lady I was with earlier, she wants to talk to you. You're gonna follow me.
And our faithful dog in human skin is like, I could have just sniffed you guys out. And he's like, nope. No.
She uses cloaking technology.
She uses cloaking technology. You never would have figured it out.
And because it's a demon slayer, after he said she uses cloaking, he goes, cloaking? Because for some, I've really started to pick this out in Demon Slayer. For some reason, Tanjiro loves to repeat the last word most people say to him.
Well, this is, you know, that's a Japanese manga thing. It happens a lot where they just repeat something that was said to them.
Yeah, but this one, it's like, I don't know why, but it's very blatant in this show.
Well, next time you guys, anybody reading manga, just...
Manga?
Yes, manga. Mongo. Mango. Like
Mango?
Saturday Night Live.
Mango.
Yes, mango. Just take note that you'll be reading something, and then a character will just repeat it.
Okay.
And you'll be like, the fuck?
So, they leave with dude. Meanwhile, Muzan is like being all family man. He's like, oh, you need to go home with your mother, and you guys get in the car, and they're like, Daddy, be home soon. Oh, I'll be home soon, young one. It's okay. And then he gets a strained look on his face, like he's like trying not to crap his pants. He for some reason, Muzan has this like constant look on his face, like he's like, it's like it's always shaking and.
Okay, so we need to recommend Muzan to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Very, very high recommendation. He must have, you know what? He must have eaten some of those gummy bears.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere?
Yes.
High adventure far beyond compare?
This is exactly what he did, is that he ate the sugar-free gummy bears. This is Muzan's entire problem.
So he goes down a back alley, and he meets with some delinquents.
I didn't take him as delinquents. It was like a husband and wife and his younger brother, and they were drunk or something.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And then the younger one bumps into Muzan, and Muzan says, "Oh, sorry, I gotta go."
Gotta keep going.
But to proving that Muzan is a Canadian demon, because he was the one who bumped into that guy. That guy bumped into Muzan, and Muzan went, "Oh, sorry."
Oh, sorry.
I mean, if it was in English, we would have heard him say, "Oh, sorry. But the guy doesn't take it too well. He's like, hey, how dare you let me bump into you?
If it was in English, he would have bumped into him, and the Muzan would have been like, the fuck is your problem?
Oh, yeah, localization. Yeah, that's right. They would have changed it. Yeah. Muzan, every time he like keeps flashing to his face, and he's still doing the shaky thing, like the really tense thing going on. And the guy's like trying to get in his face and stuff like that, and I love when he finally gets tired of him. And knocks him clean into a wall to the point where he dies.
The thing is that he triggered him. He called him like old or something.
Oh, that's right. He's like, oh, you look like look at you all pale and shit, like you're on death's door. What the fuck's wrong with you? You sick? Huh? You sick, you motherfucker? What's the matter with you? Huh? Boom.
Yeah. And so Muzan, after getting triggered, brutally murders this kid
in a single swipe.
And then she's like, the woman rushes over, is like, holy fuck, he's dead!
And the dude's brother, who's like a hulking giant mass of a human being, he's like, you son of a bitch! He goes to punch Muzan, and Muzan just kicks him into the air, and the guy dies in midair.
Yeah, long story short, he has no compunctions about murdering people.
No, and then we get one of the most brutal murders we've seen in this show so far. He goes to the woman who's sitting there just screaming, like, do you think I look ill? Do I look like I'm at death's door to you? He keeps, like, really pushing this point. asking her over and over again. And she doesn't answer because she's fucking terrified. And she goes, he's like, on the contrary, I'm about as perfect of a living being as one could possibly be. And then he changes his fingernail into a demon fingernail and then puts it in her forehead. And then asks her the question, do you know what would happen if I pumped this much blood into a human being? Of my own blood? Usually it turns people into demons, but the human body can't really process it when I put too much blood into it. And then we get to watch her, like, basically turn into an Akira monster for like a brief second and then melt.
She turns into a blob and is gone. Pretty dead.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, actually. It's like, oh, God. But, neat, though. And he just summons two demons. And goes, hey, that kid with the something earrings, I can't remember what he said. I want his head. Bring it to me. And they went, Roger, Roger. And they bamfed out. And then he has this flashback to a man wearing a green checkered coat and long red hair, wearing the exact same earrings of Tanjiro. But, like, older.
I mean, you had your own interpretation of that, but I just assumed he got in a fight with Kenshin and lost badly.
There's that. There's that. I have two theories. One, Muzan can see into the future. He has the power to see that. This is the show where they invent powers by the episode.
Okay,
so
that's
Or two, remember Tanjiro doesn't have a father. He's mysteriously not in the picture. He's dead. He was a demon hunter. And he crossed paths with Muzan at some point.
And beat the shit out of him.
But didn't finish him for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So those are my theories. Those are my theories. Now I keep saying it invents powers by the episode. There was another one in this episode. I can't remember what it was, though. I keep making that joke there because I was going to mention the power they gave Tanjiro in this episode. I can't remember what it was.
I'm at a loss, too.
I can't remember what it was. Damn it. This was like one of the first shows we watched this week.
Oh, anyway, you know, they just cut over to Lady Doctor's house, and she
she's
starts
a doctor,
explaining about how she does her doctor things.
She used to be a converted demon by Muzan.
Yes.
But she expelled all of Muzan's-ness out of her while remaining a demon. And now she's able to make her own demons, but it's only made one in 200 years. And that's the dude that's always with her.
Yeah, the little kid.
Who, I love this kid. Every time Tanjiro says or does anything one might consider even mildly disrespectful, he begins to just beat the shit out of Tanjiro.
And she doesn't like that. She's like, you gotta behave yourself.
I love it. One of my favorite bits is, she goes, I swear to God, if you hit him again, you will be sorry. And then, a few minutes later, he, because Tanjiro gets up to, move towards her, and he, shoulder throws him.
That was so disrespectful.
So the kid, shoulder throws him, and the doctor's all like, what's his name? I think his name was Yushiro or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He's like, Yushiro, what did I just fucking say? And he goes, I didn't hit him, I threw him. There's a difference.
She's like, don't do that either.
She wants them to be friends. I love it.
This kid just operates on the letter of the law.
Yeah.
You can't punch him, so he'll slap you.
He's basically Arnold Schwarzenegger from Terminator 2. He's like, you can't kill people. Okay, I won't. I just said don't kill people. He'll live.
Yeah. That's exactly what this kid's like.
Yep. So, they basically, she points out, I want Muzan dead too. Yes, I'm a demon. Yes, Yushiro here's a demon too. But the thing is, yes, we drink blood. But what'd she say? She genetically altered herself somehow, or cellularly altered herself so that she only needs the most minute amount of human blood possible.
Yeah, something of this.
And she buys blood under the guise for transfusions, and instead they just are, tasty.
So yeah, essentially they're now vampires.
Pretty much, yeah. And she's like, okay, here's the thing. I want Muzan dead too. And
Kill Muzan.
And I do want to try and see if we can figure out how to reverse, you know, the demonization. So I'm gonna need your help, Tanjiro. So I need 2 things, which is funny because she asked for 3 things. It's like, A, I want some of Nezuko's blood, and it goes over the entire time. This actually gonna crack me up because Nezuko's just sort of like rolling around on the floor and just kicking her legs up in the air and just being stupid. She kind of cracks me up the entire time they're there during this exposition dump. And then she's like, number 2, I want you to bring me the blood of demons that, like your sister, have like the closest affinity to Muzan, like power level wise. Or no, that was the 3rd thing. Like the 2nd thing is to bring blood of people who are changed by Muzan. And then she goes, oh, and another thing. It has to be demons that are of the same sort of level of your sister or greater. So that's the thing. And of course, because this is an exposition dump and they're sitting there, it's like you're always asking yourself, this is like the time when a bad guy would like break through the wall or something. Oh, look, a bad guy broke through the wall. Holy shit.
So yeah, they tracked them down into the illusion space or whatever. So that kind of dismisses that kid's earlier claim that Tanjiro would not be able to find her.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why? These guys found him.
Yeah.
Found her.
Yep.
Him.
Yep.
Whatever.
Them. So it's a dude whose eyes are always closed, but he has eyes in his hands that the pupils are arrows. Like, not arrows as in, you know, bow and arrow. I mean, like arrows as in pointing.
This guy's special ultimate attack. I swear to God, he's going to input the Konami code.
Yes! Let's get 30 lives.
Yes.
And then a chick who uses balls. Balls.
Yes. We'll get to balls later.
Yes, we will. And it looks like a big old fight's about to start.
Next episode.
Next episode. Credits roll. So, like I said, it's sort of just a okay episode. And even though I don't remember what it was, at the time when we were watching it, I made the joke, they invented another power for fucking Tanjiro. God damn it. He comes up with a new power every episode. I just don't remember what it was off the top of my head. So, at least, if nothing else, we are promised a pretty awesome, you know, fight scene in the next one.
They could always let us down.
That is true.
They could always let us down.
Like I said, I think my biggest problem with this episode was just the 10-minute exposition dump after the commercial break part.
Yeah. So, moving on?
Moving on. Coming up next on the list is Dororo.
This was our comedy relief episode.
Yeah. Literally, this episode, if you ask me, he seemed to get something out of it. I found this episode to be completely worthless.
At first, I found it to be completely bizarre. I was like, what's going on?
I'll give you that, yeah.
Because it's like they almost changed directorial style.
Yeah.
And not like they did back in episode 15 where
no.
they made everything complete shit.
Well, that was changing artistic style.
It was a different director.
Yeah.
This was just really weird.
Yeah, So, Hyakimaru and Dororo need to get his swords fixed.
So they go to the sword guy.
There's this guy who's supposedly the best in this land. And seeing as it's probably best to get it done as quickly as possible, they go to this guy.
The best in the land, and his daughter's ugly.
Well, that's what's funny, is like, yeah, it's like the best in the land, although his blades are shit, and his daughter is ugly.
Yes.
Although they like, that blade over there, they're talking to a random villager. It's like, that chopping blade over there, that was made by him, and it's complete garbage. And Dororo goes over and it slices through wood like a hot knife through butter. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And Hyakimaru has picked up a weird, unfortunate habit.
Yeah, it was like Hyakimaru was a different character this episode.
He grabs everyone by the face and rubs his forehead on them.
He was just acting really weird in this episode.
I have no idea. So they go to Swordsmith God.
I felt like, at first I felt like I was watching a different show.
Yeah, it didn't feel like Dororo at all.
It did not feel like,
And the daughter answers the door. Okuwa?
Ugly girl.
Ugly
girl.
And the first thing...
Except she is stunningly beautiful.
Well...
Because she's an anime girl.
Oh, yeah. Because all anime girls are between, what do you say, between 8s and 10s?
They're between 9s and 10s.
9s and
on
10s.
a scale of 1 to 10.
Ah, okay.
0 to 10?
I would hate to see the woman who's a 0. But, Hyakimaru, the first thing he does, because even though Dororo screams at him every time he does it, just takes her by the face and just rubs his forehead on her, to which she goes, I'm gonna marry this man.
And that's the major plot of this episode.
Yeah. So she introduces them to their father, and they're taken by the masks he has all over his house.
Yeah, they love his masks so much that they take them.
Well, Dororo just ganks one, yeah.
Dororo's just like, yeah, this is my mask now.
Like, wears it on the side of his head. It's kind of funny for a while. And the guys are like, well, fixing your blades. I mean, he's been through a lot. It all depends. What do you use them to kill? What do you kill with them? Which we never really see the answer, but apparently it was a good one because he agrees to make them. And he goes, first thing we need to do is we need to bless them?
Yeah, he needs to take them out to bless them. I guess he told him he was killing demons and ghouls with them.
I would assume. One would assume
he's like,
that.
yeah, we gotta get the bad juju out of it.
So they go to the temple, and there's like this impish demon thing on the roof, like watching them.
Yeah. So this gremlin starts glowing.
And he does some like mojo with his hands.
Starts making gang signs.
Yeah. It's like, by the eye of Agamotto. And Hyakimaru glows green. And he's like, and he just dismisses it. So they go back, and they're waiting at the hotel, and they're like, he's like, the old man, whatever his face was, I can't remember his name. He's like, well, it's like, he said he'll bring the swords here where they're done. He's like, and Hyakimaru's like, swords will be brought here. Got it. So they're waiting, and the daughter shows up, and she's all like, oh, I brought food for you. Hyaku, she keeps calling him Hyakun or something like that, or Hyaku. She doesn't even use his full name. She's like all cutesy with it. And we're totally gonna get married, right? And Toro's like, come on, we can't get married. He can't get married. He's got to try and get his body back. He's like, I'm gonna get married to you.
Yeah.
He's like, but what about your body? I don't want it. Yeah, I don't need it anymore. It's like, but what about me? You still like me, right? Right? He's like, I'm tired of you, Dororo. Go away. And like, Hyakimaru keeps like holding his throat, like as if he's surprised by what he's saying.
He's like, what the fuck is going on?
And Dororo gets all pissed and throws the mask at him. He's like, you motherfucker, fuck you! And, if you haven't figured out what's going on by now, you're pretty dense. But,
your name must be Motoyasu.
Yeah, that's the only way you wouldn't know what's going on. Or apparently Hyakimaru or Dororo, because they didn't get it either. But, because as the show progresses, we keep seeing things like the blacksmith's daughter's getting her dress fitted for the wedding.
Yeah.
And the dress fitter's going, oh, you look terrible in this. This dress is totally wasted on you.
You're such a plain girl. This dress is going to be totally wasted on you. Oh. Yeah, so everybody is just saying the opposite of what they actually mean.
So it's like, there's the rub.
This is obviously caused by the gremlin doing its signs at the top in glowing green.
And Dororo starts doing it too. It actually does lead to some fun. Where it's like, Dororo's like, I'm going to go in there and give him a piece of my mind. And goes in there and is like, I fully give my consent for you two to be married! Like screaming at the top of her lungs. He's like, wait, no, I meant to say, he's like, you two will totally be happy together for all of your days!
Yeah. I especially enjoyed the part where Doro dressed up like a thief and did her thieving things, but kind of got caught.
Yeah. She decides that if Hyakimaru doesn't want her anymore and that he's giving up on his journey, she's going to steal the blades. Say, fuck it, you don't even deserve her. But gets caught by the Blade Master, who has like one of those weird masks on, which is like the god of that temple that they went to.
Yeah, apparently the masks are gods, and
they're blowing on the
protection.
Like the weird face they're making is that of the god blowing on the embers or whatever of the stoking the fires of the forge. Which
Dora is like, the fuck?
She's like, nobody blows on embers like that. And she tries to recreate the facial expression.
Yeah, so long story short, they go to get married. And Hyakimaru and what's the girl's name again?
I think it's Okawa.
So yes, something like that. It's Okawa.
Yeah.
The story of Mio. Heartbroken.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, they're gonna get married.
They're gonna get married.
They're at the shrine, and Doro's like, I guess, trying not to get them married.
I love that because Doro gets there and sees the demon like sort of like just chilling on the roof and sleeping. And he goes, "You motherfucker!" and like grabs a rock and like chucks it square in its face.
Doro is lethal with these rocks.
Yes, she is. Jesus fuck. Well, it'd be nice if she was lethal with them. She's accurate with them, but she hasn't been lethal with them yet.
Well, that gremlin got fucked up.
He did.
He's like, I don't like you. I don't like you at all.
So Hyakimaru comes up behind them and is like, Hyakimaru, look, demon! And he goes, oh fuck, demon! And like goes at it.
Yeah,
but
mind you that Hyakimaru does not have his arms, his sword arms.
But he still has a sword at his side.
No, he didn't have his katana on him.
Oh, didn't he? Oh,
no.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, just like demon. Oh!
He's like swordless, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill that.
But the demon does his, gang signs, and then he just sort of like comes back at Dororo and starts to strangle her to death. Until Swordmaster guy just sort of like is there.
Yeah, he just walks out with like a hammer, and then he clubs it. So yeah, gremlin clubbing.
New sport.
Yeah.
I think that guy obviously earned 7 points for that club.
7 points for that gremlin.
Yep. And then he got the extra point by putting it back in the ceiling statue.
Yeah. He's like, wow, that thing was actually real? Okay. There was this legend in our village about this gremlin that did these things, and it's sealed now.
That forging, the god of the forge is like sealed it away here. And
yeah, so there's like this statue in there of, I guess, their god, and the gremlin's under it, and the god has his foot on it.
Well, both he's completely standing on it.
So yeah, I guess that constitutes a seal.
Yep. So suddenly the whole village no longer speaks in exact opposites. The wedding is off, and then like guy comes out and goes, "You shouldn't be married to Grumpy Face." He calls Hyakimaru Grumpy Face. "You should be married to me! Marry me now!" And she gets bright red, and then suddenly they're married.
Yeah. Happy ending. Happy ending, everyone.
Hyakimaru gets his sword arms back, and they leave the village, and end of episode. Literally, there was no reason for 90% of this episode.
I don't know how many episodes are left, if it's going to be 24 or 26. But they kind of need to start wrapping it up.
Yeah, why is this here? Why is this here at all?
Like, he's still missing his eyes and 2 arms. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing they're going to want to get those back. And then he has to resolve the issue with his dad and his brother.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't need to be wasting time on episodes like this.
Now, was this funny, though?
It was funny.
Was it entertaining?
Yes.
It was. Did it serve a purpose to the greater story at hand? Absolutely not.
Yeah, this episode should have been cut.
Yeah. I mean, did they need to show Hyakimaru getting his blades fixed and repaired? Yes, after they got broken by Ganju, or whatever his name was. Yeah, but did they need a whole episode for that? No. No, they did not. It could have been something implied. It could have been something that happened in the background, why they went and did something, you know, that furthered the plot. This just... It didn't do anything.
Yeah. Sword's fixed. Good. Move on.
Yep. They could have done that, but they didn't. They had to waste an entire episode. But like I said, it's... I don't want to discount it, because at the same time, like I said, we had fun. It was enjoyable to watch. So, any final thoughts on that?
Actually, no.
Okay, so with that, hey, let's move right along to the next entry on our list.
On today's episode of Fruit Loops...
Proceed.
It was okay.
Fruits Basket, right?
Yes.
Okay. Again, yeah, it was just sort of okay.
I kind of feel about this episode the same way I do about Doro's episode this week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why?
Yeah.
This is about celebrating New Year's, and Akito invites everybody to come have dinner.
Invites? Nah, it's pretty much expects them to be there.
Okay, so Akito demands everybody to come eat dinner.
Yeah.
Because he's Akito. And Shigure's taking Kyo and
Yuki
off there, and they're all worried that Toru's gonna be alone. How is she gonna survive?
No!
Anyway...
So her friends...
entire fucking episode, actually.
Yeah, Ue and Hana...
Next episode.
Yeah, Ue and Hana are all like, you know, you can stay with us. And Hana's like, yeah, you stay with me too. And she's like, no. You need, you know, I don't want to impose. And like, okay, fine, you know. We'll celebrate New Year's with you in your tent. And she goes, no, you need to be with your families on New Year's. That's what New Year's is about, to be with your families. Like, well, alright. And Hana, because she's a fucking weird goth chick, is all like, her vibes are very agitated.
Yes, very, very agitated. This episode is not actually very dense when you think about it.
No, not really. It's very surface level.
Because there's like one thing that goes on.
Yeah.
The entire episode.
Yep.
And that's them worrying about Toru being alone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so
So she goes back to Shigure's.
So Shigure's being his usual Shigure self to Kyo and Yuki and not mocking.
He's trying to get them to come back to the main complex. Come on, you gotta come back. You know, it's the whole thing. Like, I'm not going back. Fuck that. Nope, not gonna do it.
He does get them out of the house, but
no. He doesn't get them out of the house at all. It's Toru who comes back and goes, but this will be the first time you haven't seen your families in forever. This will be the first time they've seen you in a long time. You should go back and be with your families. Like, no. If Toru says to, I guess we'll go.
But who would want to spend time with Akito? That kid is just fucking nuts.
Well, it even shows the scene where Akito is talking to the dragon, Karumi.
Sure, if that's what you want to call him.
I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either.
Fuck. Oh, they're gonna kill me in the comments for this. My apologies.
R.I.P. Featherhoof.
I know, they're gonna kill me. Damn it. But still, they're talking. Akito's all like, "I can't wait to see Yuki." Oh, it's been so long since I've seen my Yuki. Akito has a weird obsession with Yuki.
But they never actually make it to this dinner date.
I love this. This is what cracks me up. They're going there, and like, Kyo and Yuki have minor worries. You know, like Kyo's like, the poor girl. She leaves her window open and she keeps forgetting to close it. And like Yuki's all like, and she did fall down the stairs the other night again. Oh man, she's so clumsy. Oh man, and forgetful. Oh, what do we do? And then Shigure, just to be an asshole, it's like, I did hear that report about there's been an increase in burglaries around our area.
Yeah. Shigure being Shigure.
And then Kyo and Yuki's...
Like, oh no, we gotta get back.
I love their imaginations. It's like, and you and Toru being Toru will probably invite the damn bastard in and serve him tea and ask for his entire life story. And Shigure is like, guys, chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. I
was just trolling you.
And then suddenly, boom, Hana. Looking as if she's off to another funeral. Because that's what she does. And she's like, she basically like, so wait, you literally left her alone in your house to go celebrate New Year's with your family because she told you to do that.
They're like, yeah, well, there's also this psychopath, but you know what? We don't care about him.
Yeah.
And then they just leave and go back to.
Well, this is more eloquently put than how we're putting it. It's like it basically shows that they haven't really been thinking about how she feels and everything like that. She's basically that most of the time she's telling them what she thinks that they want to hear, and they haven't really seen past that until now to realize that they haven't really been thinking about her. They've just been thinking about themselves for the most part.
Those selfish bastards.
But it's what Toru's trying to do, She doesn't want people to worry about her. She worries about them, and it's...
And makes up these weird anecdotes and...
ravings and...
just bizarre things that she says.
Yeah, and it is quite beautiful, this scene, of them running back to her, and they get to the house, and they throw the door open, and there she is, alone. With a cup of tea by herself with her mom's picture, and she is crying.
They got the cup of tea part right.
They did, yes. And they comfort her. And it is a beautiful scene. It is a touching, honest scene, and it's really nice. And they actually get to spend New Year's with her, and it's... Aww. This episode does sort of tug a little bit at the heartstrings. Not as strongly as other episodes have, but it does sort of pull a little bit. I do like because they're both Kyo and Yuki are terrified of their respective terrors. Kyo with Kagura and Yuki with Akito. Because when the phone rings, they're both like, "Oh shit, fuck, what do we do?" Because Yuki thinks it's Akito, Kyo thinks it's Kagura.
All the while, Toru is going to answer the phone. And they're like, maybe we should stop her.
She answered the phone, and it's Ue. And she's like, hey, what's happening? Just thought I'd call you, worried that you were alone. And she's like, touched that people are, even though they're spending time with their families and they're, doing their own things, they're still thinking of her. That people are going out of their way to think of her. And... It hits her, and she cries a little bit, and it's really, honestly touching. Meanwhile, they cut over to...
Meanwhile, in the Fortress of Rage!
Apparently, I like to think that, it doesn't show this, but because of how we've seen Akito act in past episodes, just... Because it shows Shigure, he opens the door and sees Akito laying... sort of like up against the windowsill and like passed out.
He's like, ha ha ha! You got what you deserve.
Yeah, it's good to see you reaping what you sowed. Yeah. See, what I like to think happened is that Akito raged so hard that he just passed out.
He was in this room just like... he was doing the fucking thing that Anakin did from episode 2.
Killing sand people?
Yes. He just got done killing sand people.
Not just the men.
Not just the men.
And the children.
Yeah.
Because Akito's a fucking... Because, Akito, he doesn't get mad. Akito does not get mad. Akito goes right past mad to...
He's like that.
It's just...
It's like that fucking song from Final Fantasy VII, the One-Winged Angel, where the opening lyrics are what was it? Burning Inside with Violent Anger.
Oh yes.
It's just like that's his theme song. Every time Akito's on screen.
I want to take the scene. This is extra work for myself, but I want this down and see
that
where you
fucking scene from last episode.
Yes,
Just...
that's what we're gonna put over top of it. There we go. There we go. If you enjoyed that was right there.
The episode, I'm no longer questioning its relevance to the narrative.
And it does end with we're laughing our ass off and making light of it, but it does actually end on I mean, it's full of touching scenes, even though it doesn't really it doesn't really move things along. It does have a lot of touching, just gorgeous scenes, and now they're on the roof, and they're to watch the first sunrise of the new year. I do like that
they must have stayed up really fucking late, because New Year, the sun comes out at like what, 7:30ish,
7:38, yeah. Well, I mean that's for us here. I don't know about Japan.
Same, they're pretty much the same place geographically.
I know, but still.
Well,
I don't know.
Same place, but
I know what you meant. I know what you meant, though.
Latitude.
But they basically watch and they go to make. I guess I never heard of this before. I guess you make a wish on the first sunrise. It's sort of like making a wish on a star, sort of thing. And
it is making a wish on a star. Come on.
Granted. Yeah, I'm an idiot. And,
the first step is just acknowledging.
Trust me, I've acknowledged it far too often. It hasn't helped. Yuki's all like, I don't need to make a wish. I already got my... What was it, Toru or Yuki? You made the wish? Oh, yeah, it was Yuki. He's like, I don't need to make a wish. I got my wish. I got to be here with Toru to celebrate New Year's.
Yeah, fuck you, Kyo.
Meanwhile, Kyo is like, I swear on the New Year that I will finally beat Rat Boy this year! Ah! He screams into the heavens. And just, Toru's just looking between them, just touched that they're there for them. For her, rather. And it's... Aww. And the episode ends.
It was worth it.
And Akito rages!
No. And Akito rages.
So, again, this episode... It's one of those episodes, and you have them from time to time, where there's emotional development. We see that Kyo and Toru have finally realized, oh, this is what Toru's been doing, and we haven't wisened up to it until now. And they go to be with her. You know, and to reciprocate the sort of emotions she's been showing to them this entire time. And it's gorgeous and beautiful in that sense. But it's as if the story is on halt. The progression of story is sort of like, wait, hold up. Hold story progression. We need to do a little bit of emotional character progression right now. So, again, an okay episode. It's sort of like the theme of this week. It's just everything sort of okay. Not bad. Not bad by any means. Just sort of okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what we thought. Any final thoughts on this episode, or anything you'd like to add?
Burning inside with violent anger.
Esto
Yes.
Yeah, I used to actually, when the internet was young, I went to the library to go onto the internet to look up the lyrics to One Winged Angel. Yes, I did. And I memorized them, and I would sing them more times than I like to admit.
Yeah, that's because we had no idea what the fuck they were saying, and we were trying to say it in English, and it was kind of hilarious what we came up with. I can't remember exactly.
I'm sure if I looked really hard throughout all my crap that I have in storage, I'd find it. Because we had it written down. But I just don't know where it is at this point. But that's off topic. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about now. That
has everything to do with.
That was Fruits Basket. I love how, there's one final thing that I find kind of funny. Because the whole point, like, what she said to them, what Toru said to them, was go, be with your families. That's what New Year's is about. Go see your families. It's still never acknowledged where, Yuki's family or Kyo's family, their parents, at all. They're just sort of like, it's almost as if Yuki and Kyo just sort of sprang into being. They don't have...
They just popped into existence, and that's all you need to know.
I mean, nope. I was about to, speaking of Yuki's family, I was about to say something, but I gotta shut my mouth because I keep forgetting that you're new to this.
I'm very new. I'll just go look up the plus and all.
Don't you dare. But that's Fruits Basket this week. It was okay. So yeah. So with that, let's move right along. Coming up next is Rising of the Shield Hero, which was okay.
Okay.
It was okay.
Moving on.
If I had to say anything about this episode, it's we're retreading ground here.
Yeah, they almost tried to do the whole recap thing again.
Almost. But it's not that. That's not the part I'm referring to. It's... Remember when he first unlocked the curse shield? And he went through the whole thing with the...
Back in episode 7 or 8?
No, when, No, that's when he unlocked it. When he met the requirements. I mean, when he unlocked it and used it for the first time. Against the dragon zombie.
Oh, yeah.
And he went through that whole thing where he was like, oh, the rage, and, oh, something's talking to me, and, oh, it's trying to...
Akito talking to him.
No, what?
It's Akito talking to him.
Akito?
Akito.
Oh, Akito. Yeah, it's Akito in dragon form. And, it feels very retready a little bit. Because it even has the part where, oh, we're going to bring you out of your rage trance by holding on to you and taking the curse onto ourselves. And it's like, we've done this.
We've done it already.
Okay, come on.
Let's get over the curse shield thing. Vittoria doesn't want you using it.
She wants retread that too.
She wants everybody to be friends and have a group hug, and we're getting that this episode somewhat.
Yeah, so he unlocks a new version of the curse shield. A new
super curse shield.
Which, gives him this really badass armor. It
I like the armor design.
And I like how the more the rage seeps through, and as the dragon's talking to him, and he's like, "My rage? No! This ain't my rage. This isn't the rage of a dragon. This is your rage, bro. This is all you. Look at all the horrible things that have happened to you." And as he succumbs to the rage, this more the armor sort of morphs out of his skin. It's creepy as shit. And it's really badass. He has dragon claw gauntlets, and he spikes on him, and he's...
So far, this is the best suit of armor that we've seen in the episode. I'll be honest, I don't really like the designs for the heroes. Their armor is kind of...
It's flashy.
Meh.
It's kind of flashy, but far from practical.
I just don't like it.
Yeah, or even neat, for that matter. It's not even, neat looking. It's sort of oh, look, it's brightly colored, and it's, except for Ren. Ren's is, black with blue, but something called brightly, but still. So...
Oh, he gets his whole transformation, and he looks like a fucking badass.
He does!
Speaking of badasses, we get our first glimpse of...
Oh, that's right, the episode starts with the Queen. She's apparently also a pretty badass mage in and of her own right. I would almost hazard to guess, and this hasn't been confirmed, but I have a theory. I think that she was either a part of or trained by somebody who was a member of one of the previous heroes' parties. Because she looks pretty badass, like a fairly competent fighter, warrior, wizard lady. Because she's getting all armored up and everything ready to go and pretty badass. She's got a whole army ready to go.
She kind of looks like mine does in her armor,
not a bitch.
But more in command and badass.
Yeah, and not a bitch.
And she just walks like she's the shit.
My only question here is, I thought she was, like, imprisoned wherever she was.
Obviously,
by that army of musketeers.
Obviously, she had, you know, discussed whatever she needed to do over in Musketville, and the French are done being pissed off.
I guess. Because she specifically said, Melty, I need you to do these things for me because I obviously can't leave. She left!
But she's like, you know what? It's time to fuck up the Pope.
Yeah. Which is a sentence I think we've all wanted to say at some point in our life. To be perfectly honest, come on, come on.
You know what?
You know you've wanted to say that sentence at least once.
This is the best episode this week, just based on the fact that I got to say that line.
So it shows the heroes, they're, like I said, they're sort of out of their league. The Pope is, because of his legions of followers, he tells his followers, die for me, bitches. And they go, yes, Pope.
Yes, his legion of mooks and his wooden stick.
Yes. And he's... Anytime any damage or things they do to him, the people outside are healing. So it's like they can't do shit to him. So that's when he gets his new curse shield. And he flips the fuck out a little bit. Like I said, they retread ground. He's like, I'll burn it all. I'll burn it all to the ground. And then, of course, his whole party give the, but we love you now, Fumi-sama. You've done this and that for me. And it's literally 3 recap episodes. Just crammed into like a minute and a half.
Well, on the bright side, we do get another Motoyasu moment where he's like, yeah, we're all allied now. And
oh, God,
like,
yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh, yeah, he was always like, we'll go into this fight and prove that the bonds of friendship...
The bonds of friendship. Yeah.
Are stronger than anything that they could throw at us.
We're friends.
Because, you know, suddenly they're friends
what?
now.
What? Are you serious?
So, now Fumi gets back to his senses with his new armor and shield, which, again, looks badass. And he then he basically is like the commander on the field. He's like telling him, you and you do blah, and you know, Raftalia and Philo, you do blah. And like, got it, yeah. And even Motoyasu's like, God, I can't believe I've stooped so low as to take orders from him.
But the power of friendship.
But the power of friendship. But the power of friendship. And then he actually throws it back in his face. Fumi throws it back in his face. I love that shit. And he goes when they finally, it looks like they get an opening, he's like on Philo's back to go do his attack. He's like, what was that about the power of friendship? And Notice like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. So they're whittling him away. You know, they're actually getting some good hits on the Pope.
But the Pope is holding his own.
Barely. I mean, like, they're slashing him and like they show like Ren and Raftalia do like these almost like they basically do like the Chrono and Frog X slash on him. And like you see these like blood spurts like blood everywhere. It's like Jesus.
Ah!
But of course the dickholes outside are like heal, and it heals him, of course. And it, like, you know, Ren, Itsuki, the bow hero, gets some good hits on him. Everyone basically gets some hits on him, and it's actually like working out. But of course they keep for every amount of damage they could do, the dickholes outside keep healing him. So their last ditch effort is when they feel they've broken through enough, Nafumi gets on Philo's back and he commands Philo to grab Motoyasu. And he's like, Motoyasu, attack my shield! He's like, what? You serious, bro? He's like, do it, damn it! Like, okay. So he does his like big old spear attack on the shield, which then sends Shield flying away. But it also like crackles into this fiery being. The Pope tries to send a phoenix at them, which doesn't really seem to work, and then he just like goes, fuck your phoenix, and sucks it up into his shield, and then turns it into a fire dragon, and then fires it at the Pope, and the Pope is on fire, and like,
the Pope is like burninating now.
It's like, you know, I've heard of burninating the countryside, but I've never heard of burninating the Pope. Well, but every time I say every time I say the words, there's like this little firework of joy in my heart. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're not having much headway against him until
because literally he is on fire. He is
on fucking fire,
emulating in front of them. And then he goes, and then he
immolated the Pope. It burns so good.
And he literally gives out his greatest evil guy cackle. And the fires go away.
And then the letdown part of the episode happens where they just kind of have a group chat while he sits there and like stores Wada in his cathedral prison.
And then like turns his sword into a bow and then fires it at the ceiling, which finishes the spell? And it
finishes the spell of causing the Pope to be on the wall spinning
going,
around. You're like, oh shit, it's an illusion. We can't know.
But what made me laugh is Melty goes, I can't take it. I can't take it.
She's like, oh fuck, God. No.
Oh no, this actually reminded me of a part that made me laugh from the beginning. Wait. At the beginning when they were showing the Queen goes, she's like, commands her army, we're gonna go stop the Pope and his followers, and they're like, yes, ma'am! And then she like has an internal monologue, like, just wait a little longer. Please don't die before I get there, shield hero. ... Oh, and Melty. So she doesn't even acknowledge her eldest daughter, and her youngest daughter is a secondary thought.
Okay, so I just want to ask you a question.
Please.
So can we say that Melty is having a meltdown? God, I love doing this shit.
Oh, fuck you.
I'll be here all week.
Try the veal.
Because you have to edit this.
I do. So I will have to hear that again. Damn it.
I'm just gonna cackle like the Pope.
So his spell causes an illusion of himself multiple times that fires the pretend bow hero bow. Just over and over and over again and hitting them. And they're taking damage. And they're like, oh fuck, what are we... Suddenly from being like on the offensive and pushing back but not making much headway to just being forced into the defensive just entirely.
Until Queen Badass shows up and does her best JoJo pose and casts an ice spell.
Which, like, ice to prison!
And it penetrates the cathedral?
Yes.
Because I guess she's that badass of a mage.
That's why I'm saying I think she was also either, like I said, either trained by somebody who was with a previous hero, or she herself was with a previous hero, because her spells are way super powerful. Just like sort of like Vittoria was super powerful.
Yeah.
She gives me off an aura of being super powerful.
Yeah. That's why she's the queen.
And this gives them the time they need, because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, while they're like, oh shit, what do we need to get him? The dragon face appears before Naofumi again and shows a new skill on his skill tree. He goes, okay!
I'll use that!
Blood sacrifice!
I was like, whoa, bro, you need to chill out there. That sounds kind of evil.
And he begins to exude blood from every orifice. And
I wouldn't say exude, it's more like explode blood.
He kind of exploded in blood. And, the Pope finds this very hilarious.
He found everything hilarious.
He's like, ha!
I knew it!
Your ultimate move, you gambled on power and it backfired upon you. You killed yourself for me! And
yeah, this episode's title is the battle between good and evil. Can we guess which guy is evil?
Gee, I wonder, could it be the guy giving the evil cackle the entire episode?
I don't know, man. The jury's still out on that one.
So, at first it looks like Naofumi's blood sacrifice skill didn't do shit. Except for kill Naofumi.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a horrible decision.
Well, I think it still was a horrible decision. But what it did, actually, then, as the blood seeped into the ground, it created, like, this chain mouth dragon thing under the ground. And it pops up from underneath the Pope.
That's an exact description.
And he tries to use the fake hero weapon to, like, keep its mouth open. But it has, like, a second, like, xenomorph mouth inside it that then has another xenomorph mouth inside of it.
Yeah, and the Pope...
They, like, sort of, like, think, like, the xenomorph mouth, but like in the shape of like a bear trap. You know those
bear trap.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And like while he's using the spear to hold the one open, another one comes out from underneath him. And as the fake hero weapon snaps into many pieces.
Yeah, it turns out that it was a wooden stick the whole time.
Yeah. The other mouth, like basically 3 mouths chomp him, and it's actually the most brutal death we've seen in this show to date.
Yes, the Pope gets brutally gnawed.
We actually shows all the way to the point where the teeth interlock. It actually shows him being gnawed.
And then they cut away to show this majestic chain dragon thing. And all of this blood there's just a fucking geyser of blood.
Yep. And the cathedral falls, and they're like, the followers are like, no, the Pope, not the Pope,
not the evil Pope.
And you see the Queen's army, and she's like, and while like it shows Moriyasu and Ren and Itsuki, and they're all like, oh, we did it, yeah, we did it. Meanwhile, you hear
such a badass.
The Queen goes, I'm so sorry, I couldn't be here to help you sooner, Naofumi. And it shows over Naofumi, and the girls, you know, Raphtalia, Philo, and Melty are like, Naofumi-sama, because he's laying there presumably dead. Like, he's laying there not moving. There's no breath in him. He, like, slowly looks up. Because he's face down, he slowly looks up at the Queen.
Oh, God, man, that hangover.
Like, the Queen's like, that's when she's like, I'm sorry I couldn't get here sooner to stop, you know, to save you from having to do that. And she's like,
I'm not letting you die, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. She just says something to that effect, like I won't let you die, or something like that. And the episode cuts.
Yeah, we made it to the end of the episode.
Now, it's not that there weren't some cool scenes. Like when he used blood sacrifice, that was pretty badass. That whole sequence, the transformation of the armor.
Yeah,
that was pretty badass.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I also think that you're going to say that parts of this episode could have just been cut.
Yeah, they very well could. There was so much retreading. And I'm not talking about recapping, because there was that too. Mm-hmm. But it's just retreading something we've already done. We've already done the transformation into the Cursed Shield, and getting the new Cursed Shield armor. It's like, I don't know, it's like an evil version of going Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2, but not as cool, because it's just retreading. At least in Dragon Ball, when we got Super Saiyan 2 for the first time, it at least did it in another way. You know, and it did it more dramatically, and it was different. This one, it was just sort of, oh, let's sort of do it the exact same way. And it was, I don't know, like you said, there were parts that could have been cut.
Quite a few parts.
Like what? Any other parts you felt should have been cut?
We could have cut the parts out where mine was doing spell casting because she's useless.
Well, yeah, mine and the other two nameless mages.
Yep.
It was kind of funny. We were actually making the joke that it's like the only elements that exist in this world are lightning and meteor.
Lightning and meteor.
Because like that's like
seems to be their favorite attacks.
Yeah. Actually, what I found fun is like the other heroes turned to Naofumi. I was like, okay, we need to defeat the Pope. Okay, Naofumi, what do we do? And then he's like, Naofumi's like,
maybe
wait,
if we use the meteor element.
He's like, what? Wait a minute. Why are you turning to me? He's like, well, let's be honest. You know, even though we outstrip you in level, somehow you're more powerful than us.
Oh yeah, he said it was Moriyasu, right? He was like, your shield is overpowered, man.
But yeah, Moriyasu said that, yes. But
your shield is just like
Ren was the one who made the observation, and then Moriyasu chimes in with his stupidity.
I don't think that it's a matter of his shield being overpowered. I think it's just the application of how Moriyasu uses his skills, because we've established that he's not very bright.
No.
So I get the feeling of this is how it goes. Moriyasu thrusts with his spear. Naofumi blocks it. Moriyasu, that's overpowered.
Yeah. See, I've been wondering this. This is something that I wish they would kind of go into in the show. We've seen Naofumi take every bit of enemy he takes, whoop, puts it in the orb in his shield. Do the orbs on the other heroes' weapons work the same? Do they work or similarly?
I don't know, because they don't give us their point of view.
Yeah, we don't see if they have any utility to their weapons, or they transformations, or anything.
Speaking of that, does it count if the demon dragon gnawing on the Pope counts as absorbing the Pope?
I would say no, because because go back to the last wave when he killed the monster. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head. The thing that the other three heroes couldn't even touch.
Yeah.
He at some point had to go back and grab a piece of it to put into his shield. So I don't think and it was like the Iron Maiden, which nommed it.
Maybe.
So I don't think it counts.
Maybe I'll just go with my headcanon and say, yeah, he absorbed the Pope.
He now has a Pope shield?
Yeah, he has the Pope shield.
Does he get a big Pope hat? Does he get a big Pope hat?
The fucking... Yeah, he's gonna have like a fucking mitre or something on it.
Pope hat shield. Yes! Oh my god. So yeah, like I said, it was a fun episode for some of it. A lot of it was just sort of okay. Other than that, not much else I can think I could say about it. You?
Yeah. It was okay.
All right. So, with that, let's go ahead and talk about the last entry on our list.
It's probably going to be okay. Final show this week is Sarazanmai.
Sara? San?
I will kill myself if I say that.
Mai.
I can't quite scream like that yet, even though I have been screaming.
Not according to my sound audio recording. You haven't been. So according to my sound audio recording, you've been whispering.
Well, if you go back about like a half hour or so. Anyway, yeah, we got another episode of this, and it was okay.
It was. They decided that instead of continuing the precedent they said with the last episode of, you know, putting in a lot of new stuff, they were like,
let's go back to the formula.
Yep, back to the formula of wasting approximately 5 minutes in total with a lot of stock footage. And they do. Well, you pointed out that other people have pointed out that it's minorly different every time.
Yeah, there are minor tweaks to the song and dance routine that the gay police officers do.
Which, I'll be perfectly honest, I actually don't mind that as much. I actually enjoy that part. It's the other part when during the Kappa fights when it's just stock footage that bothers me.
Yeah, the Kappa fights are kind of lame, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, can we call them fights, really?
This week's one was kind of hilarious, though.
It kind of was.
Yeah, so we started out... I thought this was going to be a Kuji. I almost said Kujo, and then that violently triggers Featherhoof when I say that.
Kuji!
Yeah, Kuji... I thought it was going to be a Kuji-focused episode.
Because
they
of the title.
tricked me.
Because of the title.
They tricked me.
So I was like, I want to be connected, but I want to betray.
Yeah. It seemed like something that Kuji would do. Because
Really?
he's a criminal.
Is he a criminal bear?
Someday. But turns out it's not focused on him at all.
Well, it even sort of tricks you through the beginning of the episode, too.
Yes.
Because it does focus a lot on Kuji in the beginning.
He gets a call from his Nissan.
Well, not at first. At first, it's like... It's very happy. Which is very weird for Sarazanmai.
That's because Kazuki is on Cloud 9.
He is!
And he's like, yay, everything's wonderful!
Yeah, my parents... my foster parents don't hate me? I'm not in jail for attempted kidnap?
Yeah, okay, so... so in the previous arc... him and Kuji had kidnapped and impersonated Sara. Sara, yeah, that's her name. And everybody's like, okay.
No one cares. No.
Water under the bridge.
Attempted kidnap and impersonation? No. We don't send children to jail for that. So... he's very happy. You know, his brother doesn't hate him. Nobody hates him. He doesn't blame himself anymore.
Everything's great.
It is, yeah. And he even picks up soccer again, and wearing a lot of pink shirts for some reason. He really wishes he was
Speaking
Vegeta
of that,
from the beginning of the Android saga.
I think it's fascinating that they call it soccer.
They do!
Because the rest of the world calls it football.
Well, you said that the actual Japanese says the word soccer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's saying soccer.
Because, I mean, I'm pretty... Yeah, like, the rest of the Eastern world all refers to it as football, don't they?
The Eastern world.
But don't we call
the West calls it that, too. It's only in America where we're like, yes.
Wait, I thought America was the
American
West.
football.
Isn't America the West?
No, the West is also includes Europe.
Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't know that.
The East is Russia and everything
Asia.
else. Yes.
Okay. Huh. I learned something today. Holy shit. I'll forget it by tomorrow, but as of right now, I totally have learned that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they disinclude things like Canada and South America in the West. Just because.
So, well then, yeah, okay, never mind. But yeah, go on.
I don't know where I was.
Kazuki's back to playing soccer. Football.
Yeah, and
they see Kuji walking over the bridge.
This makes Inta very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And they see Kujo walking across the bridge. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? You guys are missing the parts where he actively tries to strangle me, though.
Well, there's a reason I don't turn the cameras on for that. Because I'm pretty sure I would get flagged on YouTube for that.
It's okay. If anything, this show has taught us that if you do something terrible, people will forgive you for it, and they won't mention it ever again.
Unfortunately, we don't live in the world of Sarazan Mai.
Yeah, so they all group up. They're having a great time playing soccer.
And with little interstitials of showing Sarah and Kebi going on dates together.
Yeah, so Sarah and Kebi are just on the town, gallivanting around.
Mm-hmm.
And Kepi's talking about this statue. He's like, that statue's a Kappa statue.
Puts a sticker on it. And says,
approved.
This is a Kappa.
And then he turns and he's like, that is not a Kappa.
And it's like, this is a frog.
So yeah, they're pretty much admitting that Sarah is a Kappa and that there's some relationship between them.
Mm-hmm. Because he keeps going, we are the perfect couple. We are the perfect couple.
Even during her TV show, where she's talking about balls, because this is
confusing because like it shows when you look back at when the kidnapping happened, she kept turning into the Kappa to escape.
Yeah.
But on the show, it shows her clearly standing next to her Kappa self.
That's the power of editing.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a TV show, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all edited in.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, they're pretty much an item, and like I said, during her TV show, she lets it slip that.
Wait, what's the lucky thing today?
Balls.
Balls. We gotta get them balls.
Yes. They're not talking about soccer balls.
They're talking about all kinds of balls.
All kinds of balls.
All balls.
But you know what balls are talking about.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah, so she says, yeah, usually when I kick a ball, I sometimes make a mistake and kick the prince. And we all know which prince they're talking about, and it's not the singer prince, but...
I would hope not, because that would be awful. Because he's dead.
Okay. She's talking about the Prince of Kappas.
So, it looks like, Kuji is going to join their soccer team. It's like, oh, he's going to join their soccer team. And they have this, like, I don't know, this very, like, Sandlot, Stand By Me, boys group, having a good time together. Even when some total asshole wrecks their little soccer field, quote unquote.
Yeah, this asshole just puts all this litter, garbage, and
paints
everywhere.
Oh, what a douche. Oh, yeah. Motherfucker.
We know this guy's a villain.
Oh, yes. So, Kuji gets a call on his phone after the second day of some asshole wrecking their field and they have to clean it up. No, I think it was after the third day. Because every day they keep coming back and some douche nugget keeps wrecking their field.
And it's his Nissan.
And...
which translates to...
Brother.
Brother.
His he's in trouble. His buddies stabbed him in the back, and now that
with a knife.
No, not literally.
They shanked him.
No, they did not. And now
Kuji talks about shanking.
We'll get there. Kuji's like, I may have to move away because I have to go with my brother. I almost said Nissan, you motherfucker. trying to get me to speak bad Japanese. He's like, I may have to move away with my brother because they're going to be investigating for illegal activity, and we may have to flee, and I'll be going with them. And they're like, Kazuki goes, all right, then it's settled. We only need one more silver plate to make a gold plate. We'll just use the wish to, exonerate your brother, and then you won't have to go. And they're like, oh, but you would do that for me? It's like, yeah.
Yes, because Kazuki will have a meltdown if they're split apart.
Yes.
He's like, no, we can't do this. We gotta make the wish. He's got to get exonerated, and you got to stay here.
And there comes a scene where they're like out, like Enta and Kuji are outside of a convenience store while Kazuki's still in the convenience store, and Kuji's all like, "Wait, you're okay with why are you okay with this of him using the plates for me?" It's like, I thought you said you wanted to make Kazuki's wish come true. He's like, hey, this is what Kazuki wants, so therefore it's Kazuki's wish, so I'm going to help him make it come true. So it's like, oh, okay. Seems like everyone's happy, everyone's together. It's all right. Okay.
Yeah, happy fun times.
Yeah. So,
or as they say in another show, happy good day.
Which I think is getting a second season soon.
Yes.
But, so meanwhile, it shows the, little bit of the history between the two cops. Mabu, the one with the glasses.
Mabu, the one with the glasses.
And Rio or Rio?
Mario Speedwagon, the one with the shark fangs.
Yes. I think it's Rio, I think.
Yeah, Rio.
After they got, when Mabu got hit by the darkness that came out of Kebi, the otters.
I don't know what the darkness is.
We actually get to see the otters for the first time.
Yes, the otters are present.
The otters are there, and it's a black mass that's in the shape of an otter.
It's
wearing a trench coat.
It's Mad Scientist Otter.
It is Mad Scientist Otter, yeah. And there's a fucking bug in the studio, and I'm going to kill it.
Yeah, the thing's been floating around for a bit, and
I just now noticed it.
it looks crazy.
But, so I think it's like whatever happened, like, stole his heart, I guess? Mabu's heart?
Stole or obliterated it?
Because
I'm pretty sure Mabu's dead.
But the otter scientists bring him back to life with a mechanical heart.
Yes, Mad Scientist Frankenstein Otter brings him back to life
with
somehow.
A mechanical heart. And
he tells Rio some things.
And Rio is none too happy. Rio's like, he goes to see Mabu, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you? You're not Mabu.
You're not the Mabu I know.
The Mabu I know wouldn't look at me like that," or something to that effect. And he's very upset because he calls it a lie. He thinks the Mabu that he sees before him is a puppet, and he don't like it. He's not like it one bit. But I guess it shows that basically the reason they're doing what they're doing is to help, Rio's hoping that they can revive Mabu, the real Mabu, by doing what the otters tell him. So, but the thing is, like, now that Mabu and Rio have sort of, like, found Kebi, they know Kebi is somewhere here.
There is a lot of misdirection in this episode.
Like, he tells Rio, he's like, look, don't tell them. It's between us. And Rio Mabu sort of goes with it. And I was like, he doesn't tell them, even though the otters ask him, he's like, was there anything different? Anything we should know about? And Rio actually doesn't tell him. So, I mean, he's sort of making some sympathetic villains here. I do like that they're actually, if anything else, they are actually, moving these villains along. The episode in its entirety doesn't really move much along, but it does actually give us some more insight into why these villains are actually working for the otters and what their goal is. Not the otters, but I mean Ryo and Mabu. So that's good. Meanwhile, what's happening with our three young friends?
Well, they have this whole song and dance routine with the cops, which is some misdirection.
Which I love fun. I reiterate, I have fun watching it every episode.
Because then we get back to our three plucky heroes, and they're at the Kepi Shrine, and it's been raided.
No! Actually, I find it funny because, like, where the hell's Kepi at? And Kepi sort of, like, comes
He just goes in, he's like, the fuck?
Well,
this place has been raided.
He comes, like, around the corner, like, he's staggering drunk. He's like, hey, we're the perfect couple. We're the perfect couple. This place has been raided. I love he just, like, snaps out of his drunkenness, just boom! And they, look, the plates are gone.
The silver plates are gone. They can't make the golden plate.
No!
The policemen must have come and taken them.
Oh no! Then, oh wait, Kazuki's soccer ball flies out of his hands and starts flying away.
He's like, oh my god, my balls. And somehow, Inta angers Kepi. I kind of missed this part.
I missed it too. He's like, Kepi screams at him, how dare you call me that word? He's like, insinuating frog. But I don't remember him saying it. Even Enta goes, I didn't even say the word!
He's like, I didn't say it. What?
And he still turns to the camera, and while they're, you know, the stock footage always, after the transformation, they're on the, what's the name of that little thing he pushes them around in?
Like a rickshaw or something.
Yeah, like Kevin pushes them in a rickshaw, and it shows Enta, and he goes, seriously, guys, did I say the word? I don't remember saying the word.
That just reminded me of something my nephew wanted to do, where he wanted to program this game, and he called Rickshaw Mayhem.
Oh
where
no!
He just rode around in a rickshaw. Oh my god, it's like the craziest shit.
But so of course now we got stock footage. We got the stock footage battle against a new type of Kappa zombie.
A new, well,
I
guess you could call it new.
A giant sphere.
I like
for a head. And
he's
it's
a fucking ball gag in.
With the ball gag, and his arms are legs with stiletto heels at the end.
That's important.
It is. They defeat it the same way they always defeat it. It's stock footage to the nth degree.
Yeah, Inta gets thrown in his ass, and
Enta is the, he takes the lead. Actually, now this made me laugh because they always do the opening line is always something to the effect of, like, I'm here, I need to take back what what is.
I need to take back what blah blah blah.
What has been missed the most? And it always goes the two backups sing whatever the thing is. They sing it twice. So this time it's I'm here to protect, to get back the thing that was, that is most desired, or whatever the fuck the lyrics are. And they go, balls.
Yes, they're back. They're here to get the balls.
They're here to get back balls.
We know what they're talking about.
We do. Because Enta really wants Kazuki's balls. I mean, that's pretty obvious throughout the show.
If you haven't caught on to the fact that this show is gay,
no, the show's not. The show's not gay.
This show is very gay.
No,
man.
A lot of things that they do involving the ass and all that is Kappa lore, as far as I knew.
It's Kappa lore, but it's still gay.
The only thing that's really gay in this episode is Enta. Enta is totally gay for Kazuki. Like I've said before, in a very unhealthy, stalkery way.
Yeah, so they defeat this thing, and it turns out that it was a dude.
His desire
was to have his girlfriend crush his balls.
No.
And become a ball.
No. He was jealous of balls. He wanted to be balls and have his girlfriend kick him.
Yeah, he is the typical guy, the masochist, that wanted his girlfriend to kick him in the balls, to step on him.
He didn't just want to be a dude who a woman stepped on or kicked his balls. He wanted to be balls.
I know, he wanted to be the balls.
He wanted to be the ball sack. It was like, whoa! At least that's how the subtitles read. I mean, it showed an image of some, BDSM going on.
It showed a dude getting kicked in the balls by a woman.
Yeah.
You know exactly what they were alluding to.
Yeah. So the leaking happens.
The leaking.
As they perform Sarazanmai!
And it turns out...
the asshole, the motherfucker, who's been ruining their little practice soccer field with trash and paint.
Unimaginable jerk.
Was Enta.
Yes, Enta. It was Enta the whole time.
And then even further than that, the asshole, the motherfucker who raided Kepi's place and stole the silver plates?
It was Enta.
And you know why he did it? Because he was jealous that Kazuki was going to use his wish for Kuji.
What a jerk.
Motherfucker. And then literally, in the middle of Sarazanmai, it cuts to credits. Not the show, I mean the act of Sarazanmai. It just cuts to credits.
Yeah, in the middle of Sarazanmai, it just cuts to credits.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously you know what I mean because you watched it with me.
I might have done that.
But, so that was Sarazanmai this week. It just...
It was okay.
It was okay. Like I said, it felt weird. Because it's like... Is it just me? Or does Kazuki being happy and content with life strange?
Bro, you just said that Sarazanmai feels weird.
For Sarazanmai. It's just like I said, the Sandlot meets, Stand By Me, best friends sticking together.
Best friends forever. The power of friendship. Yeah,
like after the second time that their little practice field gets wrecked, they go, We'll clean it up again to show this guy, whoever this is, that they can't break our bond of friendship.
They sure showed Enta.
So, yeah, it just... If anything... Okay, cons. Let's go to the cons. Stock footage out the ass. And in the ass.
Sarazanmai.
I know, you know what I meant that. Like, again, we're back to using stock footage.
Yeah, I think if they're going to go with, like, a pattern or something, because I did predict that they were going to do, since they did Kazuki, that they were going to do Enta and then Kuji.
You did right. I contradicted you. You were right. You were right.
I don't think I got the order right or whatever, or if I specified an order, but I figured that they were going to do that.
Yeah.
They were going to do 2 episodes for Enta, and then 2 episodes for Kujo, and then they were going to do a finale episode.
Yeah, well, you're definitely on the right track, that's for damn sure.
So, the next episode is going to be about Enta again.
Yes.
Unless they mix it up somehow, and it's going to be original footage.
Let's hope.
I'm gonna assume.
And then, because the reason they were looking for those places because of Kuji's brother and to help Kuji, they're going to go into that, whatever that's going on, for those 2 episodes.
Yeah.
They're going to be the big finale after that.
Yeah, the big finale.
Where the cop douche nuggets, get a hold of Kepi and they have to get him back.
And they have to dive into the cops' asses.
Other than that, there was one other scene. They did show there was
a post-credit stinger.
Where, the cops were, the otters are all they show the thing that they got from the fallen Kappa Empire, and it's that floaty blackness that came out of Prince Kevi. They have it in a big jar underneath wherever their lair is.
Whatever it's supposed to be.
And it just went darkness. It did that.
That is literally what it did.
Yeah, I wasn't being exaggerating or being silly. That's exactly what it did. On the plus side, though, I did like that they sort of humanized and made the villains, the cop dudes, a little more empathetic. I can understand that. They're sympathetic villains now. They're doing it because the shark tooth guy is trying to get his partner, his lover, back. He had his heart stolen, and it's like, I can get that. I can get behind that. I understand
I guess. But just feel like it was okay.
And then again, that's what I'm saying. The whole episode as a whole was just sort of okay.
Maybe next week will blow us away.
Maybe. I'm hoping something will.
Yeah.
But that's the end of this week so far. That's the end of this week at all. So with that, let's go ahead and say our goodbyes. So here's to hoping next week actually does have at least something that blows us away. This week, like I said, the whole kit and caboodle of the 5 episodes the 5 shows that we focus on every season. This season, 5 episodes from 5 different, 1 episode from 5 different shows. Nothing really wowed us. Everything was just sort of okay. Again, not that it was bad. There was nothing bad this week. It just was.
Melkor is still being bad.
Melkor will always be bad.
Yes. Remember that.
Melkor is bad. I said it right. I said it right twice. All right. I didn't say Melchior for once. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take off. We both hope you all had fun. If you did, please let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, share it, or you can click on the annotations for other videos we've done.
And remember to add annotations in the video.
Until next time, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all next time.